So the Hawks are, I had it right here. The Hawks, I think, in our last 10 games, we are 5-5. I mean, we are 20-19. We have been the definition of mid. I am nervous
Hey,
about.
can we get a round of applause for being mid again, boy? Woo, woo.
I am nervous about
Jaylen Johnson.
Jaylen Johnson. Anytime the Hawks are vague about something, it it scares me. That shoulder seems to be more problematic than you think.
Yeah, he's been sitting out a long time. Been like 4 or 5 games, and we had the reschedule game. I was just sure that by the time the reschedule came back, it's like, okay, cool, we ready to rock.
And ain't been no update. That's the part that's concerning. There's been no update.
Just every day, it's like, up. Jaylen Johnson been ruled out. Brad Rowland of Locked On Hawks. That's it. And bro, we need to do something with Cody Zeller, man. Move him, move him so that we're like stealing wins. Like today, we beat the Suns with no Jaylen Johnson and no DeAndre Hunter, which is impressive. But like, let's not be like the Hawks. The Falcons. We've identified what we need, like where we could get some help quick. Backup point guard, and we need a power forward. Like we need a power forward bad, especially with no Hunter and no Jaylen. Like doing his like.
Now, what I don't understand is why Larry Nance Jr. is hurt because he had that finger injury.
Correct.
Yeah, we need it. We
reevaluated in 2 weeks, so you're looking at probably a month before he's. And that's a shooter hand, so you really, you got to wait for him to kind of.
Yeah, we've seen that. What that happens with John Collins. That can,
right. Now I think that John Collins' finger is. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that before, and I ain't never seen anything like it again.
Let's see. So Sacramento, we're 5-5. We do need to make a move. We got to get a backup point guard, but I don't know who you go get. I don't know who's available. That's good at facilitating. Normally, the good backup point guards are not available.
Right. You're going to have to it's going to be Dennis Smith Jr., who I think might still be a little injured, Markelle Fultz, or like a guy like Lonnie Walker. Those are the guys.
They're not point guards, though. Markelle Fultz is, but something's wrong with Markelle Fultz. It's a reason that nobody's signing him. It's something we don't know. There's too many people need a backup point guard.
Oh, and they say he's the one that's still dealing with injuries. That's what it is.
Who, Fultz?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been injured his whole career.
That's unfortunate. And he was. But we got to do something. Not doing something is not the answer. And you don't have to make a move you can make a move that's a pretty simple move to get it done. We also really need to look at what we're going to do with Okongwu and Capella. This is just year after year after year of doing nothing, and it's not really netting us the results. And I feel like we're putting ourselves in a situation where,
Now that is an Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks move, is let our assets depreciate until we can't do anything with it.
Worthless.
That's what we did with John Collins, D'Angelo Russell trade rumors. Let's see if he's in any rumors or any buyout stuff yet. Point guard option for the Lakers to replace. Nope. Lakers reportedly had trade talks for Zach LaVine earlier this season. Dallas Mavericks rumors. D'Angelo Russell is. So everybody's saying D'Angelo Russell is actually going to play out this year and then just go into 2025 free agency.
Yeah, but I mean, if we had some second round picks, you could just throw them at him like, hey, man, let us buy him from you. You just pay, like, you're going to pay him. Y'all trying to tank anyway. Like, all D'Angelo can do is make y'all win games. I don't think y'all are trying to do that. Now, that's the other thing, man. Zach LaVine low-key hooping.
He always be low-key hooping. Like, Zach LaVine is a good player when he's healthy, but it'd be inconsequential. It'd be And the thing is, they have a good like Kobe White is hooping. Zach LaVine is hooping.
They got a little log jam issue.
Lonzo got hurt again, didn't he?
No, Lonzo's healthy. They got a bunch of guards, but not enough shooters.
Yeah.
Giddey, Kobe White, Lonzo, Ayo DeSumo. None of them like shooters. Yeah, no. Well, they got LaVine playing the 3, which, I mean, that works enough. You overpaid Patrick Williams. I don't really know what to do with that. But yeah, they have too many guards who are like legitimate guards, but just none of them can shoot. Like none of them are score first. Everybody's like, hey, let me help somebody else get a bucket, which is cool until we got to have somebody get a bucket.
That's another Midland team that I think they need to move on this year. They need to move on. They need those guys need to go in a separate direction.
I mean, you might be able to. What's Lonzo's contract? I think Lonzo's too expensive to move.
No, I mean Zach LaVine.
No, but
I think the problem is you're not getting nothing back for Zach LaVine.
What this is the end of Lonzo's career? I mean, not career. Jesus, his contract.
What?
24-25. I don't think that's right.
Might be. I mean,
I'd take that.
Yeah, I would trade for Lonzo today if that were that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Lonzo would be perfect because you could play with him. You could play him and Trey at the same time.
No, we tried that, but he would definitely be able to anchor to say. I mean, you could then, it depending on how you get him, you could get Bogey. I mean, if you could keep Bogey and Hunter, he's gonna set them up perfectly. Lonzo would set the whole second string up perfectly. I would play him with Zach Ricochet. That's what I would do. Because Lonzo's not gonna look to score. Lonzo's gonna look to get everybody else hot.
I don't think we got enough to get to the $20 million to get Lonzo.
No, we don't. Now you'd have to give up one of them centers. And Chicago, now I think about it, I mean, Vucevic is about to get traded, right?
He's out of there. I think he's gonna end up with Golden State.
So if that happens, I mean, they can get some shooters back. They could probably get Moses Moody. They'll probably get Podziemski.
He looks like he'd be and he's a little bit more of a scorer. That actually probably would be solid for him.
And then you could probably move on. They actually have the ability right now to revamp their roster a little bit and keep it younger. I don't know what they're gonna. Patrick Williams, is he still there?
Yep.
Boy, he had y'all fooled.
I never figured out what he did good. He was not like a lockdown defender. He wasn't a knockdown shooter. He don't have a mid range. He's not a.
He wasn't a shooter at all.
Right. He's a jack. Like he got a sometime in mid range, but like he's not like a Kungwu or a Capella, like a complete non-shooter. But you also not like, oh yeah, he gonna knock that down every time either.
He's John Collins if John Collins couldn't shoot and was like an inch shorter. Like he can't dribble, he can't shoot, he can't do nothing. He's supposed to be able to guard. I mean, that's his thing. He's supposed to be able to guard the 1 through the 4, which he was at first. But then they gave him that I didn't understand the contract. Well, I guess his contract ain't bad, but it
ain't great either.
He hasn't improved at all. So if I were Chicago, I would definitely blow it up. I at this point, there's no reason to keep everybody. And again, you're doing what the Hawks do, and you're gonna end up letting all your assets depreciate.
Big facts.
Anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk about any of this trade deadline buzz? You want to talk about the Hawks? We don't have really anything else on the docket. Appreciate all 36 of y'all watching.
I mean, it's such a kind of like weird time right now.
You're all waiting on the trade deadline, really.
Yeah, waiting on somebody to make a move. And then once one team makes a move, I think everybody else will make a move. But until then, we just kind of sitting, waiting and wishing. And the Hawks are going to play this thing close to the vest. They're going to see what's available. And I think they're actually probably okay with even now. The thing that concerns me,
folks saying we're gonna stand pat,
right? But if we don't do something with Clint, he's expiring.
Clint will come back though.
I think he would too. And probably you probably come back at probably like 15 too. Still don't solve our problem though. It's cheaper. So that's great, but it doesn't really do anything for us as far as we need to get better.
I did not mean to go to the Magic. I was looking at the answer for the Hawks is probably the Blazers. I mean, the Blazers, if you want to upgrade to 5, I think we had this discussion before. I don't remember what.
I'm not taking Aiden, bro.
I watched
contract. That dude. I just watched him just stand in the paint and let everybody get offensive rebounds, and he just not do anything. He's a 2K player, bro. That's it.
Well, I mean, you could get Robert Williams is at $12 million. I ain't really keen on that either.
Nope. I'd rather have Clinton than Robert Williams. I'm not going to get rid of a top 5 rebounder for Robert Williams. And like you said, we could probably keep Clinton at 15 million, 20, maybe like 17 million.
Matisse Thybulle is at 11 million. Dang, man, they overpay everybody.
That's not really that bad of a contract. He's a decent,
I'd bring him off the bench at the 2. If you had to move on from Bogey, just because that gives you 24/7 defense. Like you can't do nothing.
That's Dyson. That's Dyson light. That's all that is. And I mean, he can shoot enough of the 3 in the corner. Like he could do that. I might be interested in Thybulle, but what you gonna get rid of? I mean, you could probably move Roddy. Ooh, it would be Roddy and probably Garrison Matthews. I don't really want to get rid of Garrison Matthews. I want to get rid of Roddy so bad, boy.
Nobody gonna take him.
He ain't. And
Bradley Beal.
He's a cheap guy.
Where does Bradley Beal end up? Miami.
I know they was a little scared. He rolled his ankle. I was like, oh no, that's the last thing that you need right now.
Sit him. He's gonna be out for 2 to 3 days.
No, but you're trying to move him. You don't want him hurt. So no,
Yeah, that's why they're gonna sit him out. I wouldn't play load management.
Thybulle. And let me see here. Can we get David Roddy? And
Dan Kuminga got hurt. He was a trade piece. He's out 3 weeks.
Oh, that's nasty work. That don't work. Yeah. It would have to be something else. And we don't really have
You said we need a 4? What's Brandon Ingram's contract?
He don't fit, bro. He need the ball in his hands way too much.
I think he's expiring, actually.
Yeah, he is.
We brainstorming, y'all. We're trying to brainstorm how we can figure out to make the Hawks better and make them more competitive. It's the backup point guard, but I don't know where you're going to get a backup point guard from. Honestly, I don't know where you get one from unless you can, get Scoot Henderson from Portland or something.
Oh, definitely. You can't do that. If you're the GM, you get fired because there's still a chance that Scoot could be a decent basketball player.
He's starting to come around a little bit. You
can't bail on that. I wish we could get like Anthony Simons.
Yeah, I said that like 3. I said that every year.
I think
I said that every single year. We should get
$25 million to come off the bench. Does a lot. Our bench would be expensive.
Yeah, he wouldn't. You're not benching Dyson Daniels. So yeah, But I mean, he cook up though. I mean, that's CJ McCollum part 2.
Right. But you have to get rid of Bogey for him.
Yeah, which
I would do that.
He's a little better off the dribble. I think Bogey's a little more streaky. He's a better playmaker.
And he is on a 2-year contract. You have Bogey for 3 years. You got Simons for 2 years, which is really this year and next year.
I mean, that's
kind
of good for you.
And then he gonna want $30 million.
But I mean, in 2 years, do you really want Bogey? Bogey's what, 31, 32?
Oh no, you want the. I mean, I guess you're right. At that point, where if I don't want to pay Bogey $18 million, I guess $18 million in 3 years is not bad though. That ain't bad. But Simons would be better for. Well, really, it's really just the rest of the season, next season. But you could spend some money then too if it don't work out with him.
Going through all of this, it's probably best for the Hawks to go through the draft and acquire draft assets. I don't know if we have the money to get a center, a backup center, or a starting center, and a backup point guard. I don't know if we have the money to do that.
How do we get $20 million?
For who?
Cam Johnson. He would be perfect.
From the Nets?
Yeah.
For Bogey? I mean, you'd have to get rid of Bogey, right?
Yeah.
Bogey's more of a playmaker than Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson ain't going to pass the ball to nobody. Bogey at least gets other people involved a little bit. Cam ain't going to. Cam had 49 points and like 0 assists.
I guess, and that doesn't solve either one of our problems really either. I don't know, man. We got time though. The Hawks playing better basketball than everybody expected at this point. The biggest concern right now is just Jaylen Johnson getting healthy. Outside of that, we're just taking it day by day. We're just kind of dog walking this thing.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We in for it.